Welcome. Hello there guys, welcome back to another video. Here we go, we've got a tier list here of British TV game shows. Very interesting, I actually think that this is I think this is an interesting one to do. So, I think let's just get started really. We've got some ads here that I'm going to have to put boxes over. But, yeah, let's begin the tier list. So, of course, everyone knows how a tier list works. F is the worst tier, S is the best tier. I'm going to be ranking these, and hopefully everyone will agree with me. The chances are they won't, but if you don't agree with me, then obviously that's absolutely fine. Just do me a favour and try not to give me too much hate if you don't agree with me. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just game shows, you know. It's not a life or death situation, but other than that, let's get into it. The worst TV show, the worst British game show, Deal or No Deal. I'm going to sum up Deal or No Deal for you guys. Deal or No Deal is Noel Edmonds putting his hands on Christians and pretending that he cares whether they win the money or not, while the Christians really care and use the power of God to try and make sure they've got the right boxes open. I'm praying for you. It's like, shut up. Like, honestly, you're just guessing what's in boxes. That's the whole concept of the show. And it's boring, and everyone is unlikable. And it's just like, it's just all based on hope. And it annoys me. And I don't like the show. It's that it offers no challenge. There's no intellectual challenge in this show. Unlike almost every other one, there is no actual challenge that you have to be thinking, oh, it's just suspenseful, but only if you can actually get into it. Moving on, in E, the second worst tier, we've got both the University Challenge, and we've also got, where is it? I've lost it now. I've completely lost it, guys. I don't know where it's gone. Mastermind, there it is. Mastermind. The terrible one. Okay, so Mastermind, the reason I don't like either the University Challenge or Mastermind are for the same reasons. They are heartless, boring, and they seem to go on forever. So each of these they're about half an hour long, each episode. And it's just so horrendously boring. The University Challenge is just this guy here, the host of it, is the most boring guy ever. Everything seems too formal. It's not a pleasant environment to watch a TV show. It's not nice. I like a TV show or a game show that's very laid back and chill and comforting. This absolutely isn't. It feels like you're in a classroom when you're watching it. I really don't like this show. But the only reason I've put it above Deal or No Deal is because they're still asking questions. They're still, I guess, challenging your knowledge. So, you know, not the end of the world here. And Mastermind is this dude here who's really, really, really annoying, just asking people questions that are really difficult because they've chosen their own questions. They have to be really difficult. So you're never going to know any of the questions. You're never going to know any of the answers. And it just goes on for half an hour without stopping. They just continue to ask people questions about really complicated and specific topics, and it's just boring. It's a great idea in theory, but it just does not work whatsoever. So, you know, that's the reason for that, really. Moving on to D, it's Mock the Week. We've also got 15 to 1, Eggheads, and where is it? Oh, maybe I'm done. I think I might be... Oh yeah, and Only Connect. So, these shows are not terrible, but they're just not that good. The reason I don't like Mock the Week is because it's so left and agenda pushing, and it's just like... The problem is here, and this is the difference between Have I Got News For You and Mock the Week. Have I Got News For You actually reports some funny news. Mock the Week is just wrong, and they're making jokes that aren't factually correct, so it can't... So Have I Got News For You can double up as both news, actual news, and comedy. Mock the Week can't do that because everything they say in it is a lie. It's not actually correct. So it's very difficult to enjoy it. That's the reason why. 15 to 1 is basically a worse copy. And if 15 to 1 existed before The Weakest Link, then I apologise. But it appears to me that 15 to 1 is just a copy of the weakest link, but it doesn't do it as well. So that's why that's there. Eggheads is just boring. That's all I really have to say about it. And Only Connect feels like a high schooler made this. It's just, honestly, it's just this woman here has no idea what she's doing, and I'm being sincere when I say this woman's got no idea why she's doing the game show. It's just, she's hopeless. The questions are strange, but it can sometimes be funny, so that's why it's not lower. Moving on, we've got the weakest link, golden balls, pointless, and tipping point. Okay, let's unpack this. The weakest link, I've already said, is not wildly entertaining, but it does a lot better than 15 to 1. I'm now going to say C and above, I would happily watch and I would enjoy it, okay? D and below, I would turn it off. C and above, if it was on, I'd leave it on and I'd watch it. So C is good. C is a pass, alright? Think of it like that. It's a pass. Golden Balls is quite boring, but the split or steal aspect at the end is awesome. I really love the split or steal aspects to it, right? So that's why that's not lower. And really, it's like you've got two aspects. You've got the first half, or the first 3 quarters, are horrendously boring, but the last quarter, the split or steal, is like S level. Like, if that was the whole thing, that would be much better. So it's kind of balanced out in the middle, so that's why I've put it in C. Pointless, I really like these two guys here. They're really great. I feel so bad that I don't know their names, but unfortunately I don't. Some of the questions are weird, and they just, the show doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just, I can't even explain it. I understand the show, I understand how it works, but it just seems it seems like, especially this dude at the end, at the back, he doesn't seem massively interested in what's going on, and the contestants are sometimes, most of the time, quite boring. Tipping Point is good. The host, I don't know his name. The host is like fairly interesting. He's quite funny. The contestants are very good, but it's just when they put the token into the machine and it has to drop down and they have to watch it and it drops down and the thing goes in and out like a 2p machine, and you're just sitting there and it's just like, this is taking forever. Like, this is just going on for ages. I just don't get it. Like, you just feel like you're wasting time. So speaking of wasting time, we're now going to move on to B. Tenable. Tenable's really funny. Really funny. It's really good as well, and it's an interesting one because everyone can participate in it. Everyone can participate in watching it, right? There's something for everyone, right? The only problem I have with it is it really takes its time. It really goes on for quite a long time. They have to go, is this answer tenable? And then it takes about 10 seconds, and then it starts doing the dun 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 dun, and it's taking ages and ages, and you just feel like, wow, I'm wasting time. This isn't like an efficient show. And let's see, what have we also got? We've got Countdown is here as well. I really like Countdown, to be entirely honest. I really like it. Some people find it boring, but in my opinion, it's a very good show. I like it. That's all I have to say about it, really. We've also got QI, which is quite good. I mean, it's very funny. They have some very, very funny comedians on it. David Mitchell, for example. They have some really funny comedians on it. I really like it. But you don't get a massive lot. You don't get much out of it. That's not a massive criticism, because I have things on this list that are higher up that you don't get anything out of either. But sometimes, this show I do actually like. Sometimes you learn things from it, okay? You learn things from this show. The way that it works is that you have to you have to answer their questions, but wrong. It's like IQ, but QI. It's like the wrong way around, right? And it's actually quite interesting. There are some quite interesting things that you learn about there. The only problem I have with it really is that, again, it's quite like slow, and like sometimes they just get comedians who just aren't very funny, and it's quite a drain if that happens. We've also got the £1 million drop, which is like, I quite like it. Like, I don't really know what to say about it really. A lot of the time they get contestants on who aren't very smart on purpose, because obviously they save money. It's £1 million. They can potentially be giving away £1 million. Sometimes yeah, sometimes they get some dumb people on and it's not very interesting. We've also got catchphrase, which is good, but sometimes you have to guess the catchphrase. They do animations which are so terrible, and the only problem is there's no objective answer. For example, once I was watching catchphrase, and one of the animations was a brain, so it opens up the person's head, and you see a train track going over their brain, right? And I think I said one track mind. That's a reasonable one to say. And it was wrong, it was train of thought. And, well, why was my answer wrong when that was right? There's no... I think my answer might have even worked better than theirs. Sometimes it's like, well, you're playing along, but the animations they do aren't great, so that's the only reason that I've got that there. But, yeah, I guess it's alright. I do like it, and also this legend here is actually really funny, so, it's got benefits to it. Next up, we've got Don't Mind the Buzzcocks, or Never Mind the Buzzcocks, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's very funny, and I do like it. It's the one about music, I believe. I do like it, it's very funny. We've also got The Cube, which is like a show where it tests your mind and your reflexes, and you have to count things like really fast. It's very visceral, and it's very entertaining, so that's why I enjoy it. And it's very stylized, and quite like grand, and it's very awesome to watch. I think awesome is a very good way to describe it. We've also got The Crystal Maze, and I'm talking about the new one with Richard Ayoade. And I guess you could also talk about the old one, but like I like this. Richard Ayoade is hilarious. If anyone has ever seen the IT Crowd, of course you know Richard Ayoade. He's awesome. Maurice Moz, he's awesome. I really like The Crystal Maze. So as I say, anything C and above, I'm going to leave on if I walk into the room and I'm going to watch it, okay? So if yours is on C, as your favourite show's on C or B or A, don't think I don't like it, because I very much do. But I'm ranking them. I was just a disclaimer there. We've also got Would I Lie to You? This show gets some fantastic comedians on. They get them on all the time. Every episode they've got someone hilarious on, which is very rare. They don't normally have, something where they have so many great comedians on. They're very consistent. James Acaster, I could go on forever. They've got David Mitchell every single episode. It's awesome. They've got some great comedians. I really respect this show. You don't get too much out of it though. You don't go away thinking, oh, I've learned something, or it's just like, yeah, that was a good half an hour. I enjoyed that. So that's why it's not S, it's A. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you can see, we've now got three things here. So we've got The Chase, Have I Got News for You, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. These, in my opinion, are the absolute epitome, the absolute apex of game shows, of British game shows. These are the best made game shows that you can do. So we're going to talk about why. First of all, I'm going to start with, I've put these in the order that I actually do think that they are. So Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a really good show. It's clever, it's got some great ideas to it. I really like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's an awesome show. That's all I'm really going to say about it. And Jeremy Clarkson is pretty funny as well. He had a slip up there where, I don't know if you guys have seen the video where, go and look it up, Jeremy Clarkson on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He, someone says a question and he goes, you know what, I'm not even going to look if that's right. I know you're right, so that's it. And then the question was wrong, and the guy got it wrong, and he was out. It was very embarrassing for Jeremy Clarkson. But, other than that, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is so famous. Everyone knows Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's an awesome reality, well, I guess it is, a game show where it spawns the careers of a lot of people, like the Beast from The Chase. That is the reason that he's on The Chase, because he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He didn't even do that good. He didn't even do that good on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But here he is, so we can be thankful for that. The point is, I really like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's an awesome TV show, and it's very interesting. Have I got news for you? This is a great show because you learn things all the time, you get the actual news. Most of the time it's unbiased news, and also it's hilarious while not actually lying or straying from the topic. The comedians are very fast at making jokes, it's really funny, and it feels very, you feel very intelligent when you're watching it, I suppose. You're gaining knowledge while having a really great time. and that's why I have put it so high on the list. I would say that The Chase is the best British TV show ever made. It's right here on S, and it's right on the left. It's fantastic. It's stylized. Bradley Walsh is hilarious, even though some of his jokes aren't very funny. But it's funny that his jokes aren't funny. That's the point. He's rubbish at making jokes, and it's funny. The contestants are always interesting. The chasers are very, very intelligent, and most of them are very funny. You know, they're all great. All of the chasers are great. Everything about the show's great. And you know that the people who watch The Chase when they go on, you know when the chase is walking towards them and it's playing the music, dun 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 dun. You know that they're literally geeking out because they've seen this motion from the chaser from so many episodes where the chaser walks towards them and is playing all this loud music, and they're just sitting there and they're just going, oh, this is so cool, oh my god, because it's so cool. If I was there, if I was playing the chase and the chaser was walking towards me and they were playing that music, that would be awesome. It's so cool. But the questions for the questions for the chase are really good. None of them are dumb. They're funny sometimes. The chases are awesome. Everything about the show's great. I cannot criticize the chase for what it is. It's great. They give away a lot of money. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it. For charity, they always give people money even if they don't win. It's massively entertaining, especially the final chase. You never know how it's going to go. Honestly, the chase is the absolute apex of British TV shows. And if you don't agree with me, then that's absolutely fine. What did you guys think of this list? Do you guys agree with it? If you don't, that's absolutely fine. Of course, everyone's got a different opinion. Mine might be completely wrong. I don't know. Well, I do know that mine is my opinion, but there's no objectivity to this. It's just a list. If you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe, like, do everything you want to do. And yeah, guys, here's the list, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.